Thank you all for joining me today. I thought this topic might intrigue you and at least make you smile a bit, if nothing else from the title, but let me get into the context of our discussion today about the Hermit circuit. Now, the Hermit circuit is much different from the well-known hamster wheel that some of us may have spent some time on. I know I have. The other day, I was reading an online magazine, a dispatch about hermits. Yes, this online article was talking about hermits, about men and women who may have found their holy grail not just off the grid per se, but away from everything except nature. They chose to be away from any store or any share of occurrences with people, essentially choosing to live, maybe love themselves as a hermit. Now, maybe like you, I'm like that also. That sounds a bit, quite isolating and dismissive, as our individual and collective presumed purpose is to meet each other and the conditions and within the environments of this world. That thing about going away, literally from everybody, seems a bit drastic. Now, I have postulated that as to why we are here, and I was citing Mr. Buber's book, I and Thou, on that premise. In that book, Mr. Buber was saying, somewhere in the middle of that book, he made this stipulation: our purpose, individually and collectively, is simply to meet. But as I read that article about self-proclaimed, self-directed, self-dedicated hermits who heard a different signal and direction away from society, perhaps my understanding, and maybe best stated, my appreciation of their recorded decisions needed not an explanation, but an expansion of what led them to that decision. If you remember, I had limited or prioritized my own purpose as to meet with you and others as the majority part of this 820 journey and on resilience. I may have even casually mentioned remaining open, but open yet non-attached, non-judgmental, and non-resistant to the ever-changing conditions, environments, and personal, professional, local, global situations that we will encounter each day. Remaining open to those things is a challenge in and of itself. So let's continue on that last part in light of the we must meet stipulation in our respective lives. But maybe the hermits figured that out and had a different focus. Meeting primarily with self and with nature. Think about that possibility. Maybe self and nature and whatever they connected with as God or higher power or universal subconscious mind and heart. I'm just kind of guessing here. I don't know the answer to why they did what they did or how they came to that conclusion or direction. But from my small mind and hopefully my larger heart, I can appreciate more fully those stories now. Now, for me, as a self-proclaimed introvert, and actually it was verified by the official Myers-Briggs test I took many years ago, a few times over. Oh, by the way, in case you guys are wondering, I am an INTP introvert, by the way. Thank you. I do appreciate the solitude to observe, to communicate, and to produce from that peace. I can't say actually qualify for the Hermit circuit, but I'm actually not against that idea. I was thinking maybe I can do a Hermit internship, for a weekend or something. I'll let you know about that. I haven't checked into it, but I see that as a possibility. I can't say I can adapt that mentality or even that commitment. However, I did have a moment to think about the monastery. That's a whole nother story. But I thought about that. It seems simpler. I never did it. But when I mentioned that idea to a friend of mine, I think to my cousin, she said, you ain't doing that. But anyway, I think the idea is invigorating in a way, humbling in another way. Again, it's not my job or even yours to judge someone who said, I am going to leave society. I'm going to quit society and move out into the wilderness and go on my own. It's a great idea. It kind of like serves as a testament to that person's not just resilience, that person's individual resolve. I won't say it's that thing back in the day, I think either John Wayne or Mr. Ronald Reagan mentioned about that rugged individualism. I guess there's a time for that, particularly sometimes in the military and those elite forces that do things that no human being could do on their own. They can do it in teams, but sometimes as an individual operator, you are doing things that no one else would even dream of doing. And not just to do it. You have to be trained to do that. You have to have mentality, the resilience, the resolve, the physical interior drive to be able to get through things that would scare most of us away from even thinking about it. But I wouldn't say that we should lobby for our respective hermit cards to get on the hermit circuit, but parts of that is attractive. If nothing else, giving each of us, you and I, the opportunity or maybe the license to commit to this present moment, to commit ourselves individually first to this present moment, to treat this moment as it is our last and give it our best. No one can do that for you or for me. It's us to do. And then one thing I'll hold out on, though, I still say we still have to meet. Maybe not with each other. Maybe it's as simple as the hermits did. Meet with yourself first. Meet with nature. Meet with your higher power. And then, only then, with others. Thank you for your consideration today. Stay present. Stay current. No matter where you are in this world, it is always 8:20.